Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the October 15th, 2025 meeting of the Auburn School Committee to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll start down here on my right with introductions.
Dan Poisson, Ward 5.
Corin McWiggin, Ward 1.
Pam Albert at large.
Sue Doris, Superintendent.
Pat Gaudier, Ward 3.
Jay Rich at large.
Calvin Vincent, Student Representative.
Amanda Kuger, Business Manager.
Scott Anier, Assistant Superintendent.
Quinn Gormley, Ward 4.
Thank you. And Adam was not able to be here tonight, and I think Pam is on her way. So I'm going to start tonight's meeting with the approval of tonight's consent agenda, which includes the approval of tonight's agenda, as well as the approval of the minutes of the October 1st, 2025 meeting. Do I have a motion? Pat, second Corin. All those in favor? Motion carries. I'm now going to open it up to public participation for anyone who'd like to address the Auburn School Committee this evening. So you guys can step up to the podium. Welcome. We just ask that you keep in mind that public comment is not designed to be a discussion, but an opportunity for us to listen to you. I ask that you maintain civility and respect, keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and refrain from commenting on any specific school personnel as prohibited by our policy and state and federal privacy laws. When stepping to the podium, please state your name and your affiliation with the Auburn School Department.
So my name is Anna, and I don't have a direct affiliation, but I'm here in regards to one of our neighbors and a school bus issue.
Okay.
So I live at 15 Tournament Drive, and it's a nice sharp curve, and the cars drive really, really fast, and the school bus stop is right on the corner. And we've seen, my husband and I, multiple cars go off the road, and so the speed and the fact that one of the girls who lives on our road, she has to cross the street, is a safety concern in terms of her getting hit by a car.
Okay.
So.
Hi, my name is Jamie Zhao. My spouse was hoping to be here to speak to this. He's the one in charge of school pickup and at least waiting for the bus on that corner. This is something we have already tried to raise with the school separately. We are aware that there is a procedure for that, and we did try to follow that to no avail, unfortunately. The corner that we're talking about is a blind corner on a downhill, and the crossing for the bus is directly in the blind side of cars coming over the top of the hill. Our road, we'll call it a natural speed bump for many years. The road condition was so bad that cars could not go very fast over that hill. It got repaved last year, which my suspension is grateful for, but it has resulted in multiple car accidents on that corner directly in the blind spot where we're trying to cross here. And I recognize that there's, the school department does its best in setting bus stops. We're not asking it to come all the way to our driveway, just something about that corner in particular on Old Danville Road and Tournament Drive, where our daughter is not in a blind spot and the traffic is particularly dangerous. So
okay.
We've raised that. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Thank you. Did you get all the information that you
Yes,
need?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot to write my name. Yeah, if you can leave your names and contact information, just in case Dr. Doris wants to follow up with either one of you for more information, that'd be great.
And I will say, I've witnessed 4 cars in less than a year go off the road right where the student would be standing with her little sister.
Okay. Thank you. So moving on, we do not have a presentation this evening. Do we have a school committee student representative report?
Yeah, a little short report tonight. It is Spirit Week at Edward Little. This year it's movie genres. Music genres was last year. Yesterday was school color day. We had character day today, so a lot of people dressed up. Saw a lot of superheroes. Twin days tomorrow, and then for a rally, it's Moon and White Day like always. Yeah, and then one more thing. The National Honor Society Blood Drive is Friday, October 24th. Community sign-ups are welcome. If anybody would like to, they can come anytime throughout the day on Friday. Just let me know. I can sign you up. That is all.
Thank you, Calvin. Moving on to our superintendent's report tonight. Dr. Doris.
Thank you, Chairperson Albert. I have one item tonight, and that is an update on parent-teacher conferences. Parent-teacher conferences for all students in grades pre-K through grade 12 will be held twice this year, once in the fall and once in the spring. The dates for our fall conferences are October 22nd and October 29th for the elementary pre-K through 6, and those dates are early release Wednesdays. And then on November 5th, we have conferences for grades pre-K through 12, and those will be afternoon and evening conferences. And that's also an early release Wednesday for the district. Conferences may take place in person, via Zoom, or by phone, and they are being scheduled through the Reach My Teach communication tool. So parents should have received a notification, and they should be able to sign up for conferences through Reach My Teach. These meetings strengthen partnerships between families and schools. They focus on connection and understanding in the fall, and celebrating growth and planning for continued success in the spring. We look forward to connecting with all of our families in the next few weeks. And that's it for my report tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Doris. Yes, Jay.
I just had a question about using Reach My Teach to schedule. How is that going? Are there little hiccups with it? Since it is a new platform, I was just curious.
Early indications are it's going very, very well. We haven't uncovered any glitches that couldn't be resolved within like 10 minutes with Peter Robinson communicating with the platform gurus. So it's all been going very, very well. It's just a matter of making sure that it gets sent out correctly, but early indications are it's going well and people are pleased.
Great, wonderful, thank you. I like how responsive Reach My Teach has been. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. We do not have a city council update tonight, as Adam is not here, and I don't have a chairperson report. So moving on to our subcommittee, the minutes from the finance subcommittee are linked. That meeting was on Wednesday, October 9th. Just a couple of highlights from that meeting that are not related to agenda items tonight. We had a staffing update. Dr. Doris provided a staffing update where we've added 17 employees and we've had the resignation of 3 employees. Corin gave us an update about the greenhouse at EL, the business plan and the quote that's planned for a 30 by 40 greenhouse at EL. We also had a discussion about the audit for FY24. Amanda provided a memo regarding the FY24 audit and that the Auburn School Department is working to bring the fund balance to within 9%, which is what we are legally required to have it within, correct? We also discussed, what are we doing here? The need to replace ventilators in classrooms at East Auburn, and that we will be submitting an application for the school revolving renovation fund. That is due soon, and we should know by the end of January if that funding is awarded. We also had a discussion about capital improvements and funding, about Amanda discussed possibly adding funds to the current capital reserve funds in order to address our fund in order to address our fund balance being over the 9%, as well as the process to create any additional reserve funds. And then the next one was related to our motion on the agenda, so we can get to that in a minute, We discussed federal grant closeouts and reviewed our monthly financial report, which indicated that our revenue is on track through a quarter of the year and that our general fund is at 11% of the budget due to teachers and ed techs having been paid in the previous year for July and August. So I think that pretty much summarizes that. And then get back to we also had a curriculum minutes linked. Corin, do you want to give us a quick update on the curriculum meeting?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite meetings is when we get the update for the LRTC, because the passion and excitement that they have for the program, the directors, it's fantastic, and it's growing. And in like this fall, there was an addition of composites and auto collision repair and second year early education programming. And our future plans include a landscaping program, which will be helpful with the greenhouse, and expected to open in the fall of 2026, those landscaping programs. And then there's lots of growth. Because we're a host school, we get more seats. So that's been very positive for us, and our students really seem to like it. We have 226 seats available for the Auburn students at LRTC. And let's see, there's many extended learning opportunities, and they're looking, using program advisory committees to help determine like what's next. It's a constant growing, and they're always looking to see how they can, empower the students to, if they're wherever they want to go, we want to help them get there. So,
Quinn?
Can I just say, I was really impressed, and I'm forgetting the exact data they quoted, but the gender breakdown in the programs I was pleasantly surprised by it in terms of girls' participation in sort of traditionally masculine traits.
That's great. Any other thoughts or questions for curriculum subcommittee? Okay, so, yeah.
Do you think, so we have more seats, is it because since we've built the high school, we have such a phenomenal wing to accommodate LRTC?
yes, we're a host,
Yeah.
It's twofold in that we have more programs, as well as being the host for those programs gives us the increased number of seats available. So we've added programs, and it's so, if a program has 20 seats, we get 10 of them. And that flip-flops. If the program's in Lewiston, they would get 10, and then the rest of the region divvies them up.
Any other questions? Okay. So we don't have any old business tonight, so moving on to new business. I will entertain a motion to approve the use of $181,520 from the school department's excess fund balance to fund immediate needs regarding capital improvements and unbudgeted facilities maintenance projects. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Pam, do I have a second? Corin? Amanda, would you like to give some background on this, please, for the committee?
Thank you. Yes, so we have a project going with Harriman Associates, looking into the possibility of moving grade 6 to the middle school. And the beginning stages of that project is contracted at about $128,000. So that would be a part of this amount where we're looking to just use excess fund balance. We clearly did not budget for that amount, as that would have been a year ago. The other piece recently came up is at Fairview. We needed to replace a number of parts to the outside units, the heating units or HVAC units. Each of them were about $4,000, but there are 11 units that needed that part replaced. So that's just over $52,000. So that makes up those are the two projects that make up the $181,000 here.
Anyone have any questions regarding this? Pat?
Can you repeat the piece about Fairview, because I didn't catch everything?
No problem. I actually should have brought the quote with me, but it was, there are 11 ventilator units on the roof, and they're about $4,200 per item, per unit that needed a replacement part.
And again, these are funds that are from our excess fund balance that are unallocated funds, right? So, and this is part of trying to spend down some of our excess fund balance, sort of.
We no longer have any annual bonds available unbudgeted. All of those funds have been budgeted at this point. So this is kind of where we go when we have immediate needs as to the fund balance.
I would just like to add, kind of piggybacking on some comments that Pat had made earlier, like these were identified needs. They have just come to their time. Through the master facilities plan, we knew that something was going to need to be done to address those, and we've kind of reached that place.
Any other thoughts or questions before we vote on this? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the use of $181,520 from the school department's excess fund balance to fund immediate needs regarding capital improvements and unbudgeted facilities maintenance projects. All those in favor? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to authorize the superintendent to apply for a school revolving renovation fund loan for East Auburn ventilation upgrades. Do I have a motion? Pat, do I have a second? Second, Quinn. Any discussion, question? Amanda, do you want to give any background to this?
Sure. This actually revolves around what we presented to you folks back in March as our FY26 bond project. Because of what the state is looking for in the revolving renovation funds, this actually meets the need of their top priority. And the benefit of the SRRF is that we can have up to 70% of the loan forgiven. So of course, we're going through the process of applying because that could potentially save money for a similar project. It includes a little bit more than what we would be covering without this loan, but it's similar to what we were discussing when we were budgeting back in March. This is our East Auburn ventilation project that we went over.
Okay. Any other questions regarding this?
Do you have an estimate of the cost?
So the project that we discussed back in March was around $800,000, but what they've done, what EEI is including now in there is the possibility to fix up some roofing and potentially do what we were looking at multiple phases, but this way it would cover more than one phase of the school. So we're looking at just under $2 million, which is the cap for that loan. Correct.
But it sounds like some of that, up to 70% of that you said could be forgiven?
That's right. In fact, the expectation would be we'd be paying back about what the bond is for that $800,000. Our bond is for more than that, but the project specifically for East Auburn was $800,000 of that.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All those in favor of authorizing the superintendent to apply for a school revolving renovation fund loan for East Auburn ventilation upgrades. All those in favor? Motion carries. We have a list of all of our upcoming meetings. Our next regular, our next regular school committee meeting is on November 5th. Do I have any future agenda items or requests for information? No, that's the 4th. Facilities meeting.
Mr. Neer, do you have that, and can you confirm that?
I don't have that in front of me right now. I'll double check. It's on my desk.
Okay.
There, I think.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have a facilities meeting also listed for November 12th.
I also want to note that the November 3rd Health and Safety Subcommittee meeting is being rescheduled. We are working on another date.
Okay.
So that is in line with the first Monday of the month, and that's being changed. So we'll make sure we get the new date out to everyone.
Okay.
If I had to bet you a cup of coffee, it would be that November time, yes.
Yep, I have it in my calendar as facilities at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, November 12th.
Okay.
And we also have a finance subcommittee meeting that day. And then one other reminder is just that Election Day is November 4th, so get out and vote on November 4th or before. Yes, future agenda item.
Curious because I've been going to the auditorium, the concerts, a few of them, and I'd kind of like to hear an update. Now, you may have planned one already. Okay, good.
Yep.
Next meeting.
Yep. Yes, Lily will be coming to do an update at some point. I'm not sure when we have that scheduled, but it is definitely on our calendar. Okay, any other requests for information? All right, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Pam, do I have a second? Corin, all those in favor? We are adjourned at 6:20. Thank you, everyone.